Boker Tov, Yaladim. It's time to start our class.
Shalom, Rabbi.
How's everybody doing this morning? How's everybody? All righty, you chicken littles and little chickens and potato nets. All right, everybody, turn on the camera so I can see everybody. All right. Let's start off with Laraland. Hadassah's going to pray. Lara's going to do the Shema. And Shmuel's going to do the Ten Commandments. All right. It's time to get it going, everybody. Let's start off our day there, Laraland.
Thank you, Lord, for this day, for listening and obey obey and listen. It has changed. Amen. Amen. Shema Yisrael, Yehovah Eloheinu, Yehovah Baruch Shem Kavod Makuata Leolam Baya Yisrael. The Lord our God is one God.
Ten Commandments, sabi.
And the Lord your God is brought Egypt to the river.
Louder, louder. Do not
Any other God on my face, do not thank the Lord in vain. Keep yourself holy, I'm a man and father. Do not murder, do not kill your
do not
do
commit
not
adultery.
cheat.
Do not commit adultery. Which one?
You do not lie, do not covet.
Everybody give Shmuel a big hand. Good job there, Shmooey Wooey. Big hand. Arlene, are you eating a donut for breakfast?
Yes,
Are you eating a Boston cream donut for breakfast?
yes.
Okay.
The Boston cream is my favorite.
Because Boston cream is your favorite. It's my favorite too. You can't have my favorite donut. All right. All right, let's start off our day. We got pretty much everybody here today. All right, now let's see. Lev, read Shemot 36, verse 2 and 3. Shemot 36, verse 2 and 3.
Moshe summoned Bezalel, Oholiab, and every craftsman to whom Adonai had given wisdom. Everyone whose heart stirred him to come and take part in the work. They received from Moshe all the offering which the people of Israel had brought for the work of building the sanctuary. But they still kept bringing voluntary offerings every morning.
Thank you, Lev, for reading nice and slow for us. All right. Now, we're going to look look at some words to understand, to make sure our little people understand, our medium people understand, our big people understand. It says, everyone whose heart stirred. Yeshua, what does it mean when your heart stirred? You take a spoon like you're stirring the milk?
Sorry.
I think so.
You think so? You think you can stir your heart with a spoon?
No.
Well, what do you think? What do you think it means there, Mr. Superman?
What do you think?
It's compass.
What do you think?
It's a weird, it's kind of weird. Maybe you never heard this thing. Your heart stirred. Stirred. I'm stirring my cereal with my spoon.
Now you give it to God.
Okay, well, I'll come back to you. We'll see what. That was a good try. Heart stirring like a cereal. Okay, let's see. Arlena, Miss Boston Cream Donut. Can you give me a guess what it means for heart stirred?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? What do you think, Arlena? What do you do when you stir something, Arlena?
Stir something?
Yeah, do you know what stirring means?
Yes or no? No.
Okay, now listen up then. We're going to come back to you. Let's see. Lev, can you tell me what heart stirred means?
Continue. I think heart stirred means like the heart is desiring to do something evil or desiring to do something good.
Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, let's see. Let's go some. Riet. Riet. What do you think heart stirred means? Heart stirred.
Maybe it means they opened their heart to him.
They open. What do you mean open your heart? Like you take a knife, split open your chest, and let all the blood squirt out? And
No, it means letting Jesus in your life.
well, since the Messiah is not born at this point, how would they let him in?
Well,
Heart stirred, because Moses.
well, Jesus even existed at the beginning of the world.
Okay, well, he hadn't come as a man yet. Well, he did come as Melchizedek, but that's a little hard to understand. Let me mute that. Okay, that's well, let's see. Let's see. Benjamin. Benjamin. What do you think heart stirred means, Benjamin?
Heart stirred? Okay.
What do you do when you stir something, Benjamin?
It mixes.
It mixes. Why are you mixing something?
Like maybe you want to make a cake.
Want to make a cake or donut batter or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So stirring. So what do you think? You're mixing ingredients together, okay, to make the cake. So what do you think? Everyone whose heart stirred. What are you mixing in your heart?
You're mixing God in your heart.
Mixing God in your heart. So Moshe summoned B'Tzalel, Holiab, and every craftsman to whom Jehovah had given wisdom. Everyone whose heart stirred in him to come and take part in the work. What?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
they're adding God to their heart.
No, they're coming to take part in the work.
Well, everyone whose heart stirred, they're like everyone's heart has God, and he wants you to he doesn't want you to maybe like he wants you to wait, I can't explain it.
Wait. I was waiting for that. Wait. Did you eat breakfast? Did you have a donut for breakfast?
No.
Who gave Arlena the donut for breakfast?
Her mom.
I'm gonna have to talk to mom. Okay. Well, all right. Leah, help us out here. Everybody's very confused on what this is. To whom Jehovah had given wisdom, everyone whose heart stirred to come and take part of the work. What do you think the phrase "everyone whose heart stirred"?
I think that means when you think one way, like no, I'm not gonna do it, but your heart stirred, like when your heart stirred, then you're like, yes, I want to do it, like changing opinion.
What was that last part you said? You mumbled.
Oh, when you change what you want to do, like I want to do this, but my heart stirred, so like I'm gonna do. Like I was told to do this, but I don't want to. But like that phrase maybe means like your heart, like the way you feel, like oh yeah, you're gonna do it. I don't know.
All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're slowly getting there. Mia's got her hand up. Mia, Leah, Chia, Pia.
What it means that the part says everyone whose heart stirred him. Since we all have a soul, and that soul will go to God again someday. Our soul will be either will since our soul is also a living being, but our soul we can't see it, but it's in us. So when it says everyone whose heart stirred him, it's figuratively. That your soul wants, like your soul puts that desire. The soul, I guess it could be the soul taunted. I mean not taunted, urged by the ruach. Like not urged by the ruach, but like the soul becomes urged, seeing that everyone's making a house for Jehovah. Like you know how sometimes say there's a group of kids who are like drawing something or like how most kids are these days, playing video games or watching TV. Which we saw yesterday.
Let's stay with the part. Thank you.
Then there's one kid who comes along and is like, oh hey, can I do that too? It's like when someone else is doing something and then you're like, oh, I want to do that too, whether it is good or bad. So your soul sees everyone else is doing that, like building the tabernacle or doing something. So your soul's like, oh, I want to do that too. It's like the want to do something. That's what it means.
Okay. All right. Pretty good. We took a long journey, but pretty good. Good example. Let's see what Vicky, let me unmute Vicky. Vicky, what do you think? Everyone whose heart stirred him. We've heard a couple of descriptions. What do you think this phrase, everyone whose heart stirred in him, means, Vicky?
I think that heart stirred. I agree with Mia it's like for example, like when you stir something, you're mixing in things just to make one. So like it could be that like everything that you know and everything that you like you're stirring it in your heart. Maybe it could be like that.
Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. All right, good job, Vicky. Let's see. Um, let's see. Adrian, what do you think? What do you think? You have any idea what heart stirred means?
What I think is everyone who moved him. Everyone who moved him. Moved from where?
What do you mean everyone's heart moved him? Like you moo like a cow?
His heart was moved, and he was convinced.
His heart was moved and he was convinced. Could you explain that a
Well,
little deeper?
whoever God stirred his heart and said yes they if they were given the wisdom God Adonai gave them.
Okay, everybody's doing pretty good. Pretty good. All right, let's think of it this way. Okay. Everybody ever have a glass of milk and you put chocolate syrup in it. You know, everybody ever have a chocolate syrup and then you put milk in the glass, or you put the glass first, you fill it with milk, and then you put the chocolate syrup. Anybody ever do that? Nobody ever did that? If you did it, put your hand up. Put a thumb up. Thumb up. Has anybody ever done that? Okay. And what happens to the chocolate syrup? It goes right to the bottom, right? And you're like, well, then all the chocolate, I'm trying to make chocolate milk, right? So what do you got to do? What do you got to do? You got to take a spoon, you got to mix it up. And then the chocolate, excuse me 1 second. The chocolate goes into the milk, and then you have your chocolate milk. Everybody like chocolate milk? I like chocolate milk. Allie, you don't like chocolate milk? You're a weird child. You're definitely a weird child. Don't like chocolate milk? How many people like chocolate milk? Give a thumbs up if you like chocolate milk. Give a thumbs down if you don't like chocolate milk. Thumbs down? Okay, we only got one thumbs down. Okay, Allie, we're going to have to keep you in that car and tie you to the back of the car, make you run after the car. All right. All right. So you mix the chocolate and the milk, right? You're stirring it to make it come together, to make it do something. Okay? You take your spoon, you go clink, 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 clink. Right? Everybody, you like make the clinking sound on the glass. Clink, 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 clink. All right? So you're stirring it to mix the ingredients together. Okay? Adrian, make sure you're paying attention to this class instead of what you're doing on the computer. Okay? If you don't want to pay attention to this class, just, bug out and go do something else. Okay? I can watch the reflection in your faces. The monitor is changing pictures and things like that. And I know I'm watching everybody else's. It's not doing the same thing. So if you don't want to pay attention, you don't want to be in this class, then leave and take your sisters with you, or go tell your mother that you don't want to be in this class. All right? I don't like rude children. I have to deal with rude adults all the time. I'm not going to deal with rude children. Okay? That's your last warning. I'll throw you out. Okay? And you can go tell your parents what you did, and then they can deal with your disrespect of elders, and not following the Torah. Okay? So coming back to stirring. Okay? You got your chocolate, you got your milk, and if you wanted a glass of milk, you can have your glass of milk. You can't have a glass of chocolate. That's just disgusting. Well, it's not really disgusting, but let's just say it's disgusting. Okay. If you want a glass of chocolate, well, you just have a chocolate bar, okay? And you know, you can have a good chocolate bar, you know, like a Butterfingers. That's my favorite kind of Butterfingers. Butterfingers. Okay. So now you're stirring up the chocolate and you're putting the chocolate and the milk together and you're like, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be great. I love chocolate milk. Right, right. Everybody, mix your spoon. Mix your spoon. Okay. Clink, 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 clink. And you're like, it's gonna taste good. And it's really cold. Everybody like really cold chocolate milk. Really ice cold chocolate milk. Oh, it's so good. Okay. So you got your chocolate milk. So you stirred it. You put the two pieces together, meaning it came together. It did something. It wasn't just laying there on the bottom. Everybody lay there like the chocolate. I'm laying there like the chocolate at the bottom of the cup. You know, don't you just hate it? You know, when you get to you drink your chocolate milk and then there's all this bunch of chocolate at the bottom. You're like, man, I mixed it up and stirred it. Okay. So with that same idea of stirring the chocolate to make it go together with the milk, making the chocolate do something, Moshe summoned B'Tzael, Aholiab, and every craftsman to whom Jehovah had given wisdom, everyone whose heart stirred him like chocolate milk, to come and take part in the work. Instead of just laying there like the chocolate at the bottom of the cup, the chocolate came to the top and it mixed with the milk, and it was good. It was good. It tasted great. Everybody tasted great except for Allie. Allie's like, I don't like chocolate milk. She doesn't like coffee. It's so crazy, Allie. Allie is crazy. Okay, so everyone's heart stirred to not just lay there in the bottom. I'm chocolate. I'm laying here at the bottom with the crusty crab. I'm laying here in the bottom. Somebody's got to help me get off the bottom of the cup. Arlena, stir your cup. Stir your cup. Everybody's got to stir. So you got to stir to come take part in the work. Now, this is one of the hardest parts of running a ministry because most people lay there like chocolate. They lay, lay there like chocolate. Most of the people at Bethlehem lay there like chocolate at the bottom of the cup. They just sit there and do nothing. You know, it was so great. The 80-year-old new Jewish man was doing more work than most of the people at the congregation this past Shabbat. The new guy, Mr. Rothstein, 80-year-old Jewish man was not sitting in his chair during Oneg. He was got the garbage can. He's dragging the garbage can around, cleaning people's tables off. 80-year-old guy. But most of the people at Bethlehem are like chocolate at the bottom of the cup. Okay? So, see, this is the difference about becoming a Jew and a Hebrew and following God. You see the work that the Lord wants done, and you do it. Your heart stirs to do the work of God. Okay? Now, we got to take a look at the next verse. Verse 3. They received from Moshe all the offering which the people of Israel had brought for the work of the building of the sanctuary. They still kept bringing voluntary offerings every morning. Okay, let's start with Marley. You haven't had an opportunity. Let me unmute you, Marley. What is voluntary? Voluntary, Marley.
Well, you want to do it. Like, you know, you want to bring an offering to God.
Why do you want to do that? Doesn't he have everything already? About?
Actually, one thing he doesn't have is much of voluntary offerings. So it's good to give him voluntary offerings.
Okay. Let's see. Yeshua, what does the word voluntary mean? Voluntary.
Voluntary means voluntary means that you say I want to do it. I want to do it. Voluntary means that you want to do it.
Vegas, shut your mouth. I'm trying to listen to your brother. He's trying to talk over the birds. All right, go ahead, Yeshua. You're on the right. me on the right track. I want to hear you. You're doing good.
Okay. Voluntary means that you want to do it, and the people say you do it.
Okay, you want to do it? Very good, Yeshua. Let's see. Arlena, what does voluntary mean? You just heard two people give you good answers. Were you not paying attention? Should I kick you out of my class? I might have to do that.
No.
Okay. Well then, tell me the answer to voluntary. You had Yeshua gave you a great answer. Marley gave a great answer. Now, if you were listening, you too would be able to give a great answer. So give me a great answer. What does voluntary mean? Voluntary offerings. You have no clue because you were not listening. You were looking at your donut, eating your donut, paying attention to that. Arlena, I'm going to start throwing you out of class. I'm going to tell your grandfather to give you a good spanking. Okay? If you don't keep listening, because you're going to turn out to be like your deadbeat dad. All right? Who's not in the picture anymore? All right. Okay, let's see here. Riette has got her little hand up. Riette, can you give me, and I'm going to come back to you, Arlena. So if Riette gives a good answer, if I say Riette gave a great answer, you better give me the same answer. I'm going to throw you out of class. Go ahead, Riette.
Well, I think voluntary means free will.
What is free will?
It means you want to do it. You're not forced to do it. It's your choice and you want to do it.
You want to do that. That was a great answer. Arlena, what did Riette just give you? She just gave you a great answer. Repeat the great answer.
To do it.
What do you mean to do it?
Comfy.
To be free.
To be free to free what? I don't understand. Give me a full sentence. Arlena. Riette just gave you a great answer. All you got to do is repeat what Riette said. She gave you a great answer. Yeshua gave you a great answer. Okay. Hey Ben, why don't you help out your little niece there? Because she can't seem to listen this morning. So why don't you see what Ben has to say? Benjamin, what is a voluntary offering? What does the word voluntary mean, Ben?
Voluntary means like to be free will. Like you want to do it.
You want to do it.
Like no one like
Go ahead, Benjamin.
like no one told you if you wanted to do well. No one like said like go make an offering. Like you wanted to make an offering.
You wanted to make an offering. Nobody was forcing you. Arlena, what did Ben just say?
the free will to make and to make the offering.
Okay, very good. All right. So here, this is something that's beautiful. All right. That Arlena finally got an answer, even though Leia was whispering it to her. I can hear you, Leia. Leia, the object is for me to know she's listening. Okay. I know you're trying to help your niece, but if she's not going to listen, we have to figure out something that's going to make her listen. Because if she can't listen now in this type of class, she's not going to listen later. Okay. And as she gets older, we need to develop good listening skills. This is what theology is all about. I'm giving this as a free will offering. Okay? Your parents are not paying for this like they pay for your other classes and your books and your homeschooling and stuff. It's a free will voluntary offering. Okay? So we need to develop good listening skills and we have to desire to be here. Okay, if you don't want to be here, you tell your mom and dad, I don't want to go to that class. Rabbi's a weenie, teeny, goofy, and I don't like him. Okay, and you see what your parents have to say about that. Okay, so you have to develop good skills of listening and speaking. Okay, because if you don't have skills now, then when you get out into the work, nobody's going to want to hire you, and you're going to have to work at McDonald's even if you can get a job there. Okay? So now we're doing the work of the Lord. In verse 2 and 3, the people, the Lord moved on their hearts. They're like, the Lord took us out of Egypt. We're no longer slaves anymore. I'm so thankful to him. Oh, you want to have Mhsa, some of it's out in the Holy Up? And you're so thankful. You're like, here, you need some stuff to build the tabernacle for the Lord so we can worship God together? Here's some stuff. I got more stuff. If you want more, I'll give you more. I don't mind giving it because, I'm so happy what the Lord did to me. And we were working for Pharaoh, and Pharaoh was beating us and taking our stuff, and he was doing all this bad stuff. And now we're free and we're walking with God, and God wants his house built. And here's some gold. Here's some silver. Here's some blue, purple, and scarlet yarn. See, when they left, God told the Egyptians to give us all this stuff, and I don't need it. And I love God so much. Here. Ah! Okay? That's what a voluntary offering is. It's like nobody's telling you to do it. Here it is. It's like, I want to do it. I want to do it. Everybody said, I want to do it. Everybody said, I want to do it. Mama Salome said, I want to do it. I want to do it. I want to do it. And mom's like saying, you want to do what? All right. Yes, Allie Mae? Can't hear you, Flo. You gotta go into the settings again. Can't hear you yet. Nope, can't hear you. It's in that car, bumping. She's trying to hit the. Okay, I want to do it. Okay, so you want to do it. Okay, when you fix that, Allie Mae, just unmute your mic. Okay, so here, wanting to do something for God. We should always want to do something for God because you kids don't understand the beautiful country that you're living in. We live in a great country. America is a great country. It is not racist. You have opportunities in America. It is an equal country for boys and girls, men and women, people of all different shades and colors. Okay? And you should thank God for living here instead of some other countries where they treat children badly, where you have to go to the public school, Okay, you can be living in countries where they beat you. Okay, so you should want to do work for God. Always say, what can I do for God today? Even though God owns everything, God, doesn't need anything. It's nice when the Lord says, well, that's Yeshua Lara. He brought me a cookie, you know, or he said thank you to me today. God wants you thinking. So the people were like, I am want to give God stuff. You need help building the tabernacle. I know how to build stuff. I'm a carpenter. I know how to put things together. And the ladies were saying, oh, I know how to sew. We can make the curtains of blue, purple, and scarlet. Yes, we can make that. And I know how to weave and weave. And we got to weave the cherubim and the seraphim inside the curtains. We can do that. Oh, I just love God. Ooh. Okay. And it's a voluntary, and like you want to do it. It's like nobody's like, yeah, you have to do it. I'm gonna point a gun at your head, and you have to do it. Okay? You say, I want to do it. Okay? And even though they had enough stuff, people just kept bringing more and more. Well, we got enough. I don't care. If it's for God, you might need it later. So here's some more blue, purple, and scarlet yarn. What if something gets stained and we can make a new one? Just in case you have it. Because I want to volunteer. I want to volunteer. Okay? So that's what we start out with this parasha. Okay? That your heart stirred. That means you want to do it. It's like mixing the chocolate milk. Everybody mix your chocolate milk. Mix your chocolate milk. Okay? You're stirring the ingredients together. Mix your chocolate milk. I want it. Everyone whose heart stirred. You want to offer God a glass of chocolate milk. Okay? Wouldn't it be great to offer God a glass of chocolate milk? Okay? Chocolate milk. All right? And they wanted everyone whose heart stirred to come and take part in the work. Okay? So a congregation, everybody, okay, you should want to come and do the work, like at the end of the Shabbat. Hey, can I go around and empty out the garbage cans in all the classrooms? Okay, we should have the kids saying, what can we do? Okay, but most of the time you're just running around the back of the sanctuary acting like fools. Okay, so here you want to do the work of the Lord. Okay, and the people, they wanted to do the work of the Lord. They wanted to build a sanctuary. And they kept bringing offerings after offerings after offerings. You should always want to do this for the Lord. Okay? It's very important to understand. Now let's move to the next part. Okay, let's see what we got here. Let's see. All right. Benjamin, read Shemot 35, verse 2.
On the 6 days work is to be done, but on the seventh day is to be a holy day for you, a Shabbat a Shabbat of complete rest in honor of Adonai. Whoever does any work on it is to be put to death.
Wow. That's pretty serious, don't you think, Ben?
Yeah.
Weren't we reading this last week? Ben,
We did.
are you questioning, like saying we did? Was your head with you all last week, Ben?
Yes.
Was it clogged full of sawdust or something?
No.
Didn't we do this last Leia, didn't we do this last week?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so? Was your head with you all week?
Oh yeah, we did do this. I remember.
Are you sure?
Cause
You sure did we do this last week?
Yes, but it was another verse.
Yes, but we did it last week. The question was, did we do this last week? Yes or no?
Yes.
Can or no? See or no?
See.
See. Okay. So we did it last week. Lay in bed. Get the sawdust out of your heads. Okay. We did this last week. And it's pretty interesting that once again in another week, In another verse, the Lord is saying, if you work on Shabbat, you're to be put to death. Whoa! Everybody go, whoa! Everybody go. Everybody, come on, make a big explosion noise. Riette, you're not doing the explosion noise. All right, so here once again, the Lord is saying anybody who works on Shabbat, anybody, whether you're a Jew or a Gentile, if you do work on Shabbat, he's going to put you to death. Well, that's pretty serious again. He's being serious. So all those pagans doing Sunday worship, they're not getting into heaven. The Lord said. All right. So here on 6 days work to be done, but the 7th day is a holy day for Jew. A Shabbat of complete rest. Okay. And honor. Now here's an interesting word. I knew there'd be another word we got to look at. Honor of Jehovah. Let's see. Victoria, what does the phrase in honor of Jehovah mean? What does it mean to honor? Victoria.
Honor is like, I guess it's kind of like worship. It's like to, like, I'm honoring my mom by like helping her with chores and things like that. I don't know. It's like I'm making her happy.
Okay.
It's like I'm being honest and like doing things that will make her happy.
Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let's see. Who do we got else here? I think I lost single there. Okay. Let's see. Um, let's see. Lev or Baloney. Lev Baloney. What does to honor the Lord? Complete spot of complete rest to honor Jehovah. What does the word honor mean, Leveroni?
Honor means to respect someone. So if you're honoring Jehovah, you're respecting Jehovah.
Can you spell respect?
Respect. R.
It's a song. Just think of the song. I'm sure your father's played you the song.
Nope.
By Doretha Franklin. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Respect. You could see me. Oh.
No, I was like, no.
Yeah, I'm sure your mother has played that song for you.
No, never.
I'm gonna talk to your mother.
No, I think I heard it, but I think I've seen it like sometimes we have the radio on in the car. I think I've seen like the words saying, but I didn't really hear the tune so well because usually we have the volume like kind of low because we always talk in the car when we drive. Or actually screaming his lungs off, or he's just like talking.
All right, so what spell respect, Lever Baloney?
RESPE. Wait, spell it again, okay? So spell it again. RESPEST.
All right, so here, let's see. Marley. A Shabbat of complete rest to honor Jehovah. First, what is the word honor mean, Marley?
Honor is respect, like respecting God.
Like respecting God or respecting God?
Respecting God.
Can you spell respect?
RESPECT.
Have you ever heard the song?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess that's good. All right. So respecting the Lord. So if you go out to dinner on Shabbat, like to a restaurant, is that respecting the Lord morally?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Wait.
I thought it says a Shabbat of complete rest. So if you go out to dinner at a restaurant on Shabbat, like Friday night to Saturday night, is that respecting the Lord?
Well, restaurant has rest in it, but other than that, no.
What do you think, Riet? What is honoring the Lord, Jehovah? What is honoring complete rest in honor of Jehovah? What do you think that means, Riet?
It means you shouldn't put others to work. Complete rest. You shouldn't put others to work. You shouldn't work yourself. It's a day of complete rest.
So you should just stay in bed all day?
And study the Bible.
I mean, stay in your jams all day, lay in bed all day, don't ever get out of bed all day, and a day of complete rest. That's what you think it means?
Our mom does that sometimes.
That's an interesting understanding.
But she was just, remember, she just couldn't stand up.
Oh,
You
she
know?
got hit with that virus?
No, she fell down the stairs a little bit, and she says she probably fractured one of her bones down here.
Oh, we'll keep her in prayer. We
Because
didn't
the
know.
pain was unbearable for her if she
couldn't
sat up.
Well, that's very terrible. We'll keep her in prayer.
Well, that was weeks ago, so she's fine right
Yay.
now, actually.
Well, then we're not going to pray about her getting healthy because she's already healthy.
I mean, she's still in kind of recovery, but she's really mostly fine.
Okay, so we're not going to pray for her because she's mostly fine. She fell down the stairs. So you're telling us a story that happened a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. But
Adrian.
I'm just clarifying because she's making it sound like our mother is lazy.
Okay. All right. So let's go over to Leia-land. Leia-land, what does it mean to Shabbat complete rest in honor of Jehovah? What does it mean in honor of Jehovah?
That means when we rest, it should be only for God, not for anyone else.
What I don't understand what you just said.
In honor of Adonai, that means when we're resting on the seventh day, which is Shabbat, that should be for God only.
Okay, it should be for God. So what are you supposed to be doing? What does this honor of Jehovah? What does that mean?
On his day, we could worship him. We could pray to him. We could do everything with him, read the Bible. That's the day where you're with God.
Okay. All right, we're getting there. We got some pretty good answers. Mia, what do you think? Mia, Pia?
When it comes to having a day of rest, doesn't mean actually sleeping. And that means also not sleeping in. No.
What does it mean in honor of Jehovah? What are you doing to honor Jehovah?
What do you dedicate all your time to Jehovah? Like when you talk about the physical, I mean no TV time, nobody games, no nothing of like the world. No games or nothing. Not even reading a chapter book. That is not related to the word. Everything is related to the Torah at that point. You dedicate your entire day to God, which means that, like how we do on Shabbat, after worship we study the Torah, and after the worship, after the announcements, we begin studying the Torah as we listen to the message that you give each Shabbat. So we keep learning more about the Torah. Like the children are in the children's ministry. And then later on, the adults are on the road to Emmaus, and everyone's in classes pretty much learning about the Torah. And we keep saying Torah all the way until sunset, which means that we end it with the Parasha. It means that you dedicate the entire day to just study Torah and spiritually to be with God.
Okay. Study the Torah and spiritually be with God. All right. Victoria, don't you think this is pretty serious where the Lord says whoever does any work on it is to be put to death? Didn't he say that last week?
Yes.
So why do you think he said it again?
Well, I guess he said it again just for a reminder because still most people don't respect the Shabbat. So, like, I guess he just wanted us to make sure that we have to respect, like, him on Saturday. Well, mostly on Saturday.
Mostly on Saturday? What do you mean mostly on Saturday? You're next, Ben.
Like when I said mostly, it's like on Saturday we have to like honor him and like read the Bible the whole day and like try not to do anything else than that. But on like other days we do have to read the Bible, but just like on Saturday we can't talk about money and like those things. So then he was just reminding us that that's like an important day and we have to respect that day for him.
So you're just singing this as a reminder, or so do you think Jehovah's serious about putting people to death? Like, do you think they're going to be getting into heaven, Victoria?
Yes, he's serious.
He's serious. So you don't think God is playing games with this? So anybody that's doing Sunday worship, like all the other Brazilian people that you used to go to church with, they're not getting into heaven?
No, he doesn't play games.
He doesn't play games? Isn't that kind of boring?
Well, like with Bible things, no, he doesn't play games. Like I guess he can. I don't know.
Do you think God plays Tetris?
I don't know.
You don't know? Do you play Tetris?
I don't know.
Do you play any video games?
No.
Good girl. All right. All right, Ben, you had your hand up. Benjamin. Benjamin. Wanted to say something, Benjamin.
Yes. I know why God had to repeat himself. It's because he wanted to be very strict with the people.
He wanted to be very strict with it. Or it wasn't just he was just being old and he forgot.
No, he never forgets.
He never
It's just
forgets.
the people forget. He wants to be very strict with them.
Why do people forget, Ben?
Because like those at that time, those people didn't they started losing their trust in God. So then they try to forget about God, but God never forgot about them.
Why do people want to forget about God, Ben? Isn't he cool?
He is, but they didn't. They thought that they were that. Well, the people thought that God was gonna save them when they asked, but it took time. God had to. Well, at that time, Moses did when he ran away. Well, when he went to Midian. I think that was it. It took time for God to choose someone. So he chose Moses. but it took a lot of time.
Okay, so let me ask you a question, Ben, and then Mia, you're next. Okay, so do you think people that are worshiping on Sunday, do you think they're getting into heaven?
No.
What's going to happen to Aviel?
Well, he's gonna. Well, he's gonna. Yeah, he's gonna go to hell. But we have to try to make him repent.
Okay, pretty scary, Ben. Don't you think?
Yep.
Mia had her hand up. Mia, Wea, Chia, Pia.
Well, when it said, well, God isn't playing games when he says whoever does any work on it is to be put to death. That means no going out to restaurants, because what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to do all your preparation the day before, which is day 6 of the week. Because since Shabbat's supposed to be a complete rest, that means no work's be done. That means you're not to kindle a fire. All right, we're not taking it. It's not how the Orthodox Jews and the other Jews go overboard and go walking to the synagogue because they say turning on your car is kindling a fire. No. Yes, you need a way of transportation.
You'd walk pretty far. It might take a couple hours to get to.
1 hour. Yeah, it might take over a day, depending, especially on the number of things that we carry. And Asher. So when it comes to that, no going to the restaurant because number one, it says no doing ordinary work. You're not doing ordinary work, but you're making someone else work. And even though that person is a Gentile, no, you're not supposed to make them work. Because you're sinning, and even though that person doesn't know it, I think it's also that you also make them sin because they're doing work for you. Well, you're supposed to do the work yourself. You're not supposed to have slaves. God says you can, but on Shabbat, you don't do any work. No going to the restaurant, no playing video games, no going to amusement parks, no going to the pool, no nothing. Dedicate the entire day to God. Or jumping on the trampoline. Hold on, I got one more thing to say. People who don't honor Shabbat, like they become dead to God. Here, to be put to death, it means to be killed spiritually. Physically. But you also become dead to God once you have become. You have the opportunity, but you also become dead to God when your life has been weighed out by the one angel that goes out with the scale to the entire world. Once that angel goes out and weighs your life, you're done.
It's pretty serious. Pretty serious stuff. All right, we've come to the end of our class here. All right, let's see. Leslie falling asleep. You're falling asleep, child. Your eyes were just half closed. Your eyes were just half closed. Let's see. Lev, okay, you can close us in prayer, Lev.
Thank you, Lord, for this day.
Louder.
Louder and head up. Louder, head up.
Thank you, Lord, for this day. Thank you for letting us be in a new day. And please help us to get good grades on our schoolwork today. And in Yeshua's name, amen.
Amen. Chickens, have a great day. Shalom.